Hey everyone, this is Coach Patrick from Marathon Nation with your weekly running tip, and today I want to talk to you about running in the heat. There's a heat wave right now in the Northeast, and I know it extends all the way over to Europe. Pretty much wherever you are right now in the Northern Hemisphere, you're probably suffering from some kind of heat. And for most of us, it's not something we're used to. For those of you who spend a lot of time in the heat, live in the Southwest or the Southeast, and the majority of your year is warm, the heat is tough, but it's not punishing. But for those of us who deal with high humidity as well as the heat, that double punch, the 1-2 of the heat and the humidity, can really knock you out. So, what do you do if you're training in the heat? I'm not going to talk about racing in the heat, that's something else entirely, but let's talk about training in the heat. Well, let's first understand what it means to actually work out, right? Let's back up for a second and say, wow, my workout means I need to do X amount of work today. Inside Marathon Nation, the majority of our work is in some form of intervals, right? We think of it as a weightlifting session. My job today is to go do 3x1 mile. If it takes me 45 minutes or it takes me an hour and a half, my work is 3x1 mile, okay? Now, given the fact that the heat has come, your pace is going to be affected. Your ability to conduct that work is affected. It's not that your muscles become any more tired. In other words, because it's hot out and you head into that workout, you're more tired. It's just that the cost of doing that work, which is always the same amount of work for you, unless you get fitter, right? The cost of doing that work goes up exponentially, okay? And to the tune of you breathe harder, you sweat more, you lose a lot of water, and as a result, as your body attempts to stay cool as well as do the work, it goes into overdrive, and we see evidence of that from a higher heart rate, that increased sweat rate, and so on. And so your job as a runner who's dealing with the heat, you've got to figure out a way around this puzzle. So here are 3 quick and easy solutions you can use to make either the heat not an obstacle for you or at least reduce the impact. Number 1, you can work out early in the morning. Now I know it's hard for a lot of people to get up super early in the morning and get the workout done. But if the choice is between a great workout but it starts at 4:30 or 5 in the morning, and a really bad workout that starts at 6 p.m. at night, I'd pick the morning, right? Turn on your VCR, your TiVo, whatever you use, record your Law & Order, watch it the next day, but get the workout done in the morning. And the first step to that, of course, is to go to bed early the night before. That's where it all starts, okay? Tip number 2, if you can't keep the intensity of the workout up, you can always extend the duration, okay? So any workout is like I mentioned earlier, like a weightlifting session. It causes stress on your muscles and your body. 3x1 mile at threshold pace, for example, is a very focused amount of work, very intense. But if you can't do 3x1 mile due to the heat and the conditions, you may be able to do 3x1.25 or 3x1.5, but at a much easier pace. So you lower the cost to you, but you spend more time out there, so you earn the same stress. Okay, so I can earn 100 points by running a 10K as hard as I can, or I can earn 100 points by running 10 miles a little bit easier than that 10K pace, but I just go longer, okay? So you can always, number 2 option is you can always slow things down a bit, just extend the duration or the distance for which you're out there doing those intervals. That means you can still get the fluids in, you can still take care of your body. You need to plan and make sure the fluids are out there for you, of course, but you don't have to stick to that straight interval if it's not possible for you. And the third option, which is my personal favorite, is to simply break your workout up. Now, whether you're following a training plan online, or you have a coach, or you're inside Marathon Nation, you have, again, a specific set of work to do for the day. Be crafty. Figure out other ways you can divide up that work. I personally want you to do 3x1 mile, but if you can do 6x half mile and do the proper pacing for all those half-mile intervals, I'll take that over 2x1 mile that are great and 1 mile that is awful and you're in a hole for 24 hours. Don't want that, okay? So feel free to break those intervals up a little bit, make it a little more bearable. Sometimes it's easy to make a loop by your house. You can always come back for some water, or perhaps loop of a park. We've got a local reservoir here. It's got a couple water fountains around it. It's a great place to do loops around it. It's just under a mile. Whatever that place is for you, find that place, know it, embrace it for the summer months. Stay away from it in the winter when you're tired of running there, but know that it is a resource for you as well. So tip number 3, of course, is to break up those intervals into something a little bit more manageable for you. Same workload, just reduce things. I'd love to hear your tips. If you want to go ahead and leave a video response or comment below. Otherwise, have a great week, folks. Be safe out there. This is Coach Patrick from Marathon Nation. Signing off. I'll see you guys soon.